Yo, yo, yo. Welcome to another episode of House Divided Sports Podcast, episode 39. I'm your host, Dwayne Hewitt. I'm here with my guys, Chubbs and Smook. Episode 39, we'll give you a little mix of both like we've been doing the last 2 weeks. At least we're going to try. So some football, some basketball related stuff that we'll discuss throughout the episode. But before we go ahead and get into the episode, a few housekeeping things. Got some new subscribers on YouTube. Appreciate you guys. If you're on YouTube and find us on YouTube, hit that subscribe button here. If you're on Apple, Spotify, any streaming audio service platform, might as well just go on the YouTube page, hit a subscribe as well. Also, if you're on any of those YouTube, any Spotify or Apple, Google Podcasts, audio services, make sure you guys are downloading the episode. Give us a review if you like as well. We really appreciate it. But extremely make sure you're downloading the episodes. Really helps us out. Helps us reach out to new audience based on how many downloads we get on the audio side. So again, we appreciate you guys. Make sure you guys hit us up on Facebook, Instagram, FTO Entertainment, TikTok, YouTube, House Divided Sports Podcast. I finally figured out how to do YouTube Shorts. All it was a simple Google. So figure that out. So we'll have more shorts going up, more TikTok content coming up as well. And we are going to start clipping out the episodes as well also. So let's go ahead, Smook and Chuz, before we get started. Anything you guys want to say to the people?
Oh, man. Appreciate the views, the likes, and all of that. Just, stay with us. Nothing more than usual.
No, don't really got nothing. First week of preseason is under the books.
And that is a perfect segue to get started to our first topic. So, first week of preseason has officially started. I want to obviously get everyone's first thoughts. I want us to start off with our teams. What are the first thoughts you guys had on your team's performance? So, I'll let Smooth kick it off.
I'll kick it off by saying, I don't know, man. The Patriots, it's kind of too soon to tell. Too early to critique, especially with what I saw as far as who we played this past weekend. As far as like the players we played, not who we played. We played the Giants. We played them almost every year in the preseason. But as far as performances go, we played a lot of our third string receivers with Bailey Zappi getting majority of the snaps at quarterback. The snaps that Hoyer did have, I think he looked decent with what we have. I didn't see Devontae Parker out there. I didn't see Jacoby Myers out there too much, if at all, honestly. I think I turned on the game when it was like the second drive. But what really, kept me tuned in was obviously our defense, because that's what I kind of ride on every year. More so the past couple of years since we lost Tom Brady or whatever, I've been kind of looking forward to seeing our defense play. Even when he was there, our defense was kind of, what kept our team together. Whenever Tom Brady didn't have to, do what he does. But as far as their performance, it wasn't terrible. But like you said, it was week one of preseason.
How was the play calling? Because like we said, like that was like the first like actual live game without Josh McDaniels on the sidelines with y'all calling the plays. I know it's preseason, like we just said, but like
because we got Matt Patricia back, and he's now the offensive. He's
a defensive guy. I thought
he's a defensive guy, but we hired him.
He's doing offense now.
Yeah, he's doing offense, which is kind of strange.
Yeah,
but he's an offensive assistant. So I mean, as far as like the plays that they were calling, I thought they were pretty good plays. Nothing too different from what we normally do. But like I was telling you, Chris, before we started the pod, like having someone like Bailey Zappi, and then a bunch of like no-name receivers. I'm not gonna say no-name receivers, but like receivers who try to make a spot for themselves and make a name for themselves. This early is kind of too hard to tell and critique them. So I'm not going to call them a bust or say they look doomed or whatever. Y'all know I'm not too high on Mac Jones, but he is the best of the three quarterbacks that we have. And like I said, our starting receivers didn't
Should
play.
be.
Yeah, he should be. I know Hunter Henry didn't play. Our tight end Johnny Smith didn't play.
Well,
So,
how about? I mean, you named one of your rookies. I know you guys had multiple draft picks this year.
yeah.
I mean, what do you think about the other ones that got some playing time?
Uh,
'Cause I know
as
there
far
was
as what
one,
defense or offense?
one was an offensive lineman. Was that Cole Strange, right? That was a very strange
Yeah,
pick.
Cole
Remember
Strange.
that guy?
Yeah. From what was it, Shenandoah or something like that?
Chattanooga or something.
Chattanooga. Yeah, I don't know. I didn't really have my eye on him too much.
You
But
have a couple defensive guys.
yeah, our defense. I think our defense looks good. We had a couple turnovers. I think they came from our starters more so though. We lost. We lost by 3. But I think overall, like I said, our team is going to be a team that is always in the conversation to make it. I think we're going to make the playoffs, but we're definitely going to be in the conversation to win some unexpected games.
Okay.
Honestly, and like I said, our our offense has been majority ran through our tight ends who didn't play this weekend. Our big tight ends who didn't play this weekend, and then like I said, we have an addition of Devontae Parker. We have Nelson Aguilar, Jacoby Myers. All of them they didn't play, and those are like open field. Like those are receivers that can get open, in my opinion. So I think Mac Jones will be decent with them, and just give us the edge to be in the conversation to win our division. If not, finish second. So
The win your division is a stretch.
That's gonna be
I
hard,
said,
but
I said, if not finish second, we're beating Miami and
Man,
Jets.
that's a stretch.
We're winning
too.
our division over the Dolphins and
It's
the
tough.
Jets. That's
tough.
10-6, 10-7, or 11-6. Call it now.
I'll go next. I mean, I like what I saw from the Ravens. Lamar obviously didn't play. Like I'm not expecting to see him at all touch the field for preseason. I don't think as he shouldn't, and a lot of our starters didn't touch the field as they should not because of prior PTSD stuff that happened in the previous years. But overall, Tyler Huntley looked really good. You guys know I'm high on him. I think him getting even those 7 games playing time last year helped him make like significant strides in his progression as a quarterback. And he made some really good decisions. Like there's a drive that he made like 11 straight passes for a touchdown. So all in all, I mean that backup spot looking pretty good, even though it is preseason. The acquisitions we got free agency wise, I know a lot of vets didn't play, but Mike Davis, I don't know if you guys know about Mike Davis, journeyman running back. He's been on Carolina, Atlanta. He can move the rock.
Yeah, you see how you turn our football acumen? We don't know about Mike Davis.
He had a really. I mean, he only played a couple series, but he had a really good couple series. Ended with a tutty. I think he's going to be a vital piece to this rotation in the backfield this year. Our receivers didn't really play. Rashad, they sat him out. Crochet is dealing with a soft tissue issue, so I don't know what's going on with him. Duvernay sat out, so we had a bunch of undrafted guys at receiver. They were making plays. There's a guy named Shamar Bridges. I didn't know where he came from, but dude was going out there playing like he was Anquan Bolden for the Ravens in 2018, 2017, Anquan Bolden, whatever, going up there and just grabbing everything.
Best year ever.
Yeah, going up grabbing everything. So that guy has a chance at making the roster. But because we also experienced injury. Tylen Wallace, he hurt his knee. It's another receiver that went down. But out of the rookies, Travis Jones is going to be a problem for offensive linemen. I'm telling you this right now. He's 6'5", 285-pound D lineman that can run like a 4.6, 4.7. He moves. He tracked down Malik Willis from sideline to sideline. I was like, man, that boy gonna be a problem. So Travis Jones I was really impressed with him. He's gonna be getting vital PT this year. And I know you guys are talking a lot of shit on my boy Kyle Hamilton, but that man had a great first preseason game. Yes.
He had a great. Hey yo.
Who'd you say?
Did he not?
What'd you say?
He got it.
No,
He forced turnover.
It was nowhere
Forced
near
turnover.
great.
Forced turnover.
It was nowhere near great.
He had a forced turnover.
And nowhere
With the
near
first group.
great.
Forced turnover with the group. That
Nowhere near great.
Are we
Chubbs.
are we critiquing a rookie's first time ever getting on the field that hard when he
I'm just saying you said great. I'm just saying it was nowhere near
got
great.
a turnover in his first game. That's great.
I was with you with Travis Jones. Travis Jones was really impressive. But no,
Kyle Hamilton is impressive. You just have this agenda with him. I don't know why you don't like him.
He missed 4 tackles, bro. I don't know what you're talking about. He had a great first preseason.
It's okay. He had a great first preseason.
Yeah, no, I didn't get to watch that game.
He got a fumble recovery. He made a big play.
He got a fumble recovery, bro.
That's fine. That means he's around football.
And missed 4 tackles, bro. Like
he's a rookie.
Just say he played okay, bro. To say it's just the grade I'm pushing back on, bro. He ain't played bad.
He had a good game.
He just had an okay game.
He had a good
and that's
game.
because of that fumble. Because you don't get that fumble recovery.
Cut.
It's a bad game. Just 4 tackles, bro.
So going to our next, because we had a bunch of rookies, you know. Daniel Falele, he held down that first group right tackle, played majority of the game. He was actually doing pretty good. Big 6'8" dude actually was moving pretty good on that right tackle spot. And then that leads me to the corners. That one corner we got 4th round, I didn't really see him much. Jalen Armour Davis, but Pepe Williams, he disappointed me. I thought he was gonna have a better game, but he did drop a pick. That's why he disappointed me because it was right in his hands. But big. This guy's gonna make the team. I didn't think he was gonna make the team. Geno Stone balled the hell out. Dude was coming down at the safety position, sticking people. I'm pretty sure he deflected the ball and then intercepted it in the same exact play. Dude was just everywhere. So I think that's one guy I think is going to carve a rollout on this team too defensively, because even though they got hella safeties, but he's going to make the roster off of that if he keeps playing like that. But all in all, I mean, that team looks really good. They're on 21 straight preseason wins. I don't know why that's such a big thing, but that's a big thing.
Yeah, they be saying that for a lot of teams. Like they said that for who I was watching yesterday. It was like, oh, if they win this one's gonna be their 9th straight preseason win. Like,
well,
bro,
they just passed Vince Lombardi's
why is that even
team's record. That's why they were making it a thing. So, but from what I watched of the Tennessee, Malik Willis is going to be it. He is nice.
What you call it? Played good too. Yeah. Malik Willis, my bad. Yeah.
Malik Willis.
He played
he's
well.
taking that job this year.
Yeah.
We'll talk about
you think
that.
so? Over
Yes.
10?
We'll talk about that in the next segment.
Yes.
Is that all you said for the Ravens?
Yeah, I mean it's preseason. I expect them to do well in the preseason. They have been doing well since 2015. That's why they have 21 straight preseason wins. Like it's nothing not to expect, you know.
Yeah, and like with my team, like we rarely win preseason games, like legit. Like we sometimes go 0-4. So like, I mean, I'm not.
Got one guy, Dwayne. I'm sorry, Isaiah Likely.
I was want to get on you that you did not talk about the most impressive rookie by far. By far the most impressive rookie on your team, and you didn't mention him. I was literally about to get on you about that. Like right now.
Remember the name.
I was like, I was like, there's no way Chubbs did not call.
They call him Lamar. Everybody's calling him because Lamar called him Baby Mark. He's lit.
Yeah, y'all gonna have good tight ends. Y'all just not gonna have no good receivers.
Hey, if we win football games, that's all I care about.
Yeah, I'm about to get on you. I'm like, there's no way he did not mention Isaiah Likely, bro. That should have been like the first name out of your mouth. He was.
And then Justin Tucker, nothing new. Never missed a field goal. So nothing new with that.
All right, bro.
The GOAT.
All right, man. So I'm gonna go ahead and talk about my squad. I'm gonna talk about the best. The best. Why you turn your camera off, bro?
I need a drink for this. That's why I'm going to go get a drink.
I want to talk about the best QB room in the NFL right now. We are not going to overreact, but we are going to overreact. All right. So obviously
they're the best quarterback room in the NFL.
I mean, he kind of has a
Oh my
point. I mean, I wouldn't disagree.
They did look
honestly.
like the best this after week one. But then again, come on.
We're not gonna overreact, but we're gonna overreact.
Okay.
I have the best 1 through 3, not the best 1, 2.
Yo, we got the best
3 as
That's why
1, 2.
QB room.
I agree. I would
right.
have to agree with
All right, let me stop trolling though. But I really like what Mitch did out there. He went 4 for 7, 63 yards in the tutty. Looked really good on the drive. I think a lot of people forgot how fast actually Mitch Trubisky is when he escaped the pocket, got a couple yards. People forget that he ran a 4.6 in his combine, which is faster than Josh Allen, Patty Mahomes. Only Lamar was faster than him that year as a quarterback, obviously. So he does have the ability to escape the pocket, which I really love with him and Kenny Pickett. Mason Rudolph, I want him to continue playing like this so we could get some trade value out of him. He's going to be out of here. So if he could continue to impress another time, but he went 9 for 15, 93 yards and a tutty. He threw a beautiful pass to George Pickens. Obviously, George Pickens got his feet down in time, but that was impressive as well. Kenny, I'm not overhyping it like everybody is for Kenny Pickett because that's what I expected highest drafted quarterback to do versus third string. And it was very limited playbook, and also majority of the plays was more of the receiver than was actually Kenny doing anything too crazy. So I mean, he just made the right plays, made the quick plays, didn't take long, but you can tell the playbook really wasn't opened up for him. It was simple.
He was like a game manager.
Yeah, it was a game when he was throwing quick dink and dunks. It was quick. Anthony McFarland looked really good running the ball, so that was a nice plus. It was definitely going to be a battle between him and Benny Snell. And honestly, I think Jalen Warren impressed the shit out of me yesterday. He looked amazing catching the ball, looked really good running the ball. I think he had a fumble at the end of one of his runs. I don't know if it counted or not. But that was really impressive. Steven Sims Jr. looks like he can be a really good gadget guy for us, him and Calvin Austin, even though Calvin Austin didn't play yesterday. But Steven Sims really looked impressive. Had one, reverse for 38 yards. Had a big punt return as well. So I'm looking excited. Now, George Pickens is exactly who I thought he was. He looked exactly how I thought he would look. I always said I had him as top 2 receiver in this draft class. And I think the NFL made a mistake by letting him slip. So it's going to be nice to see him this season as he continues to progress. He's doing what he was doing in camp, and he's doing what I expected him to do. Connor Hayward looked really good, caught some nice passes. Like I said, again, Jalen Warren catching passes out of the backfield, running the ball. He had a total of 60 yards of total offense and a tutty. So Jalen Warren he was probably the thing I was most excited about yesterday. Like he looked like he could really be a nice RB2 that could run and catch the ball. I know they said the only thing holding him back is pretty much pass protection. So if he can get better at that, then we can really not have to run Najee into the dirt and usually have some nice longevity with Najee. But I was happy the way the quarterbacks look. Everybody was talking how quarterbacks didn't look that impressive in camp. But like I always said, we have the most expensive defense in the NFL, and we have the 32nd most expensive offense in the NFL. So we have the last expensive offense and the most expensive defense. Our quarterbacks better struggle if we're going to pay that much money to the entire defense. So music to my ears, like I said on Twitter, that Miles Jack is only 26. Thought he was a lot older than that. So
22.
He only
I was like, man, he ain't a rookie.
Only 26. And he's
senior.
7 years in the league. So it's like, that's crazy to think.
The Revis gene.
So I'm dead. Disappointments. Devin Bush didn't like the way he played yesterday. A lot of bouncing on his feet and not really attacking the run, especially when guards are pulling and the plays right there. He's doing a lot of Roquan Smith activity, but not actually making tackles. So at least Roquan's going to make the tackle if he's going to not be aggressive with it. So, and then also DeMarvin Leal, he really disappointed me. To me, he's an All-American defensive tackle. Looking for him to make a huge impact for us this year. He had like a couple of rushes where he did great, but for the most part, I felt like for someone that I'm very high on, when he's going against second and third string talent, I feel like it should be a noticeable difference that he is better than those people. And to me, it looked like he got in a lot of stalemates, so I didn't like that. So that was my disappointment with him there. So maybe he gets better next game, but yeah, I just didn't like. He didn't. He had like a couple. He missed a sack one. He missed the sack, which was all right. You got a QB pressure. That's cool. I can live with that. I mean, I'd rather you finish your play. But besides that, he really didn't. Like the two of his tackles that he made downfield were none were in the backfield or on the line of scrimmage. He like made a tackle as a running back was going past the line of scrimmage for like a yard or two gain. So it wasn't too impressive to me, and I really expect him to be our most impactful rookie. Because I think that's what needs to happen in order for us to be successful. So if he's not going to be that, then I'm kind of worried about our run game. Because in order for us to be a successful defense, where I think we can be a top 5 defense, is for him to come in and basically, in some shape or form, replace the usage of Stephon Tuitt. So, but yeah, those are just my thoughts on the Steelers. You guys got any thoughts on the best QB room in the game?
Nah, I don't got thoughts, but I got thoughts that you guys got some interesting injuries. Sorry, I got a phone call. Let me mute it. But Killer Witherspoon, what happened to him? Because he came out with like a shoulder injury when he went level on Kenneth Walker.
Yeah, I gotta find. Let me see if there's any update there.
Meanwhile, I think y'all would be probably like. I think y'all would be kind of insane and not start Mason Rudolph, bro. Honestly, I think y'all should definitely start Mason Rudolph, and if y'all don't,
you're drunk.
I think it should be Mason, Mitch, and then Kenny in that order.
What did Mitch do to not earn the starting spot?
I didn't say he didn't. He didn't do anything to not
earn to lose the starting spot.
None of them did anything to hurt their positions they are currently. What I do believe they should do though is you saw what Mitch can do against the ones or twos. Next game, let Mason do the first reps and see how he does, and that's how you figure it out.
Yeah, I was gonna say goddamn fumble on his first play.
That's not his fault. That was that left tackle's fault. For
he got stuck securing the ball, dog. Somebody came right at the middle.
Bro, we've seen Mason avoid play in a real game, like a real live game. And if you're saying that y'all receivers got immensely better, I think Mitch gives your receivers the best opportunity to make a play on the ball, which is what he was doing yesterday. I'm not going to say George Pickens wasn't balling, but I don't want you to be too happy with his performance because he wasn't. I don't think he was doing that against like decent corners. Like those corners weren't.
Oh no, that pass play was. He didn't. He barely.
That was one-on-one. That was one-on-one coverage, and there was another
move.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. He didn't run. He got off the line, swimmed, and Mason Rudolph dropped a dime. That was a touchdown. The next play, he did the same thing. I think it was the next drive or whatever. He did the same thing, and the ball was out of bounds. It wasn't an interception, but at least he threw it out of out of bounds. So Pickens was the only one. I just think that
I was trying to say that yesterday that at a certain point in the game, I did not know a single person. It wasn't even a vet out there I knew for Seattle. Like, man. Yeah. So
I'm just saying, I just think Mason Rudolph will give y'all receivers the best best opportunity to make plays. Like we saw it when he was playing last year. Like he was, throwing the ball, giving receivers, the chance to make a play. Niggas was dropping them. Like they were dropping passes, all of that.
Yeah, did you watch the same Detroit line game I watched?
Yeah, I don't know what you're talking about with Mason.
What you talking about? Y'all lost. What you talking about? The one y'all tied?
Yeah, that's the game.
Y'all lost that. First of all, y'all lost that game because dude fumbled. That's why y'all lost.
But we should have never been to overtime if Mason was a competent quarterback.
There was a lot of drop passes in that game too, Wayne. That's not.
I don't know. This new you being high on Mason Rudolph is nuts to me. Give me the quarterback.
I said that last year. I said keep Mason, bro.
Give me the quarterback that led his team to the playoffs twice. I'd rather have that guy be my starting quarterback.
And
has won the
playoff. Y'all have 3 to choose from. So I don't think there would be any terrible choice, but
Mason would be the terrible choice.
I wouldn't say terrible. I just,
If Mason's starting
I don't know,
quarterback,
man. He
that
gives
is a
me
terrible choice.
Baby Ben vibes.
Who?
Mason.
I just don't want Kenny Pickett to get out there and start.
I don't want Kenny to
sneaking it
start
up and
either.
be
I
like,
think-
oh, he need to take off his gloves or his hand too small. Well, we knew this before the season started, so that's not. You know what I'm saying?
No, the way I stand on Kenny is always be he should be this backup until Mitch is
So you think
until Mitch loses the spot.
So you think both Mitch and Kenny should be starting over Rudolph? He should be the
I don't think Rudolph should be on my team.
Yeah, that's crazy.
That is crazy.
That's crazy.
Sounds like a hidden agenda to me.
All right. Next, let's talk about the players that aren't on our team but played this weekend that we were excited or disappointed in.
Kenneth Walker, man. Kenneth Walker is going to ball out this year. He is the running back of Seattle. He was running with the ones. He's the guy. He is now the guy since Chris Carson had to retire due to neck injuries and whatnot, or neck problems. That guy, the way he was, just his vision, finding open hole, getting 6-7 yards at least, like in that carry. That's what you want out. You see out of your rookie, especially with a line they have. They don't have the best offensive line, so Kenneth Walker is one for me. And I like I said, already said his name, Malik Willis. I think Malik Willis is going to take that starting spot. I saw a lot of good things, He made good decisions. Knew when to take off. He knew when to take off. He knew when to throw the ball.
That performance is being overhyped. He missed 3 touchdowns.
Wow.
three wide open ass touchdowns.
And
he missed them.
But he made good decisions though. Wayne, he did not make poor decisions.
I'm considering a poor decision if you miss opportunities to score. So that's how I view it.
And this is I'm a third one. There's probably more, but I'm just going to go 3. I think this guy's going to eventually be the starting quarterback for this team. Sam Howell.
I knew he was going to say that bullshit.
He had a great preseason game.
How he going to take position when the other guy had a great preseason game?
That other guy better not. He has known when the guy beneath him is playing well and is putting a fire underneath his ass, he collapses all the time.
All the time. I don't know how leading your team to the playoffs is collapsing, but
Nick Foles.
I digress.
But yeah, Sam Howell from the Washington Commanders impressed me.
Smooth.
Bright future.
I want to say I didn't mention him when I was talking about my team, but Damian Harris, the fact that he was still playing shows that his position. And we talked about this last episode, and I was saying that I like him to be our guy. But the fact that he played so much, not so much, but the fact that he was still playing late in the game kind of concerns me because that shows that he still has some stuff to prove. Playing with us, he scored a touchdown, but I was in the goal line, in the red zone. But yeah, I don't know. I'm kind of concerned about our run game, especially like I said, if we don't have those receivers to be dependent on. We don't have James White anymore. So sorry, I got this ad playing. So we gotta establish a run game, and who is it? Who's our backup? The guy who he's fighting with.
Ramondre Stevenson.
Yeah, Ramondre Stevenson. I don't know, man. He's just in he's in a tough spot with him. But Bailey Zappi, I'm just trying to focus on my team. I know the receiver, also the receiver from Washington Commanders, number 19. He had a good game. I was watching that a little bit. But Bailey Zappi, 205 passing yards, which isn't terrible, but I don't know, man. I'm just concerned a little bit. That's all. I'm just concerned a little bit. But like I said, it's too soon to tell for the Patriots. So I'm gonna just keep on, tuning in, and hopefully the starters can show me something, so we don't have to, use our backups too much. But other than that, who's the guy from number 16? Is it
For who?
for the Commanders? Is it Erickson?
Oh yeah.
Alex Erickson. Yeah, he was playing. He played. He played all right. Like he was getting open. Like you said, Sam Howell found him in the end zone for a wide open touchdown. Like I say, I think he just played well.
You ain't even named the quarterback you actually watched the game of. I forgot to mention him, but I think Tyrod Taylor had a great preseason game.
Think so?
I think Tyrod Taylor's going to start being starting quarterback for Giants.
He was threading the needle a little bit. I mean, but for the Giants, I don't think it's going. Like I said, they was playing against like our third stringers. So like I wasn't too impressed. Like even like Malcolm Butler was out there, but Malcolm Butler isn't a starter for us. And other cornerback, he was out there too. But other than that, Devin McCourty wasn't out there. Our whole defense was like third stringers. So he made some good throws, but I want to see him do that against. I'm not saying Tyrod Taylor's a bad quarterback. I think he's a decent game manager.
So we should disregard what like a guy like Kyle Trask did. Kyle Trask went 25 for 33 for 250.
He threw interceptions though, didn't he?
He threw a couple of interceptions.
Yeah,
he threw a couple
that's
of
what I said.
too.
Even with that,
cancel out. I think he threw 2 touchdowns and 2 INTs.
Yeah, he was.
I'm a big Kyle Trask guy too. I think he can be the person to replace Brady eventually, but not right now.
Yeah, even Zappy, he had 205, 1 touchdown, 1 pick too. So I'm just not too soon to tell, bro. That's my quote of the pod. Too soon to tell, bro.
All right. People that impressed me this weekend, and also I got some people that disappointed me as well. I think Isaiah Likely from the Ravens, man. I like what he did. 4 catches, 11 yards a catch. I think he can be real instrumental to what they're gonna do. They're gonna need a lot of tight ends with that wing T system they're gonna run out there. You're not gonna give you guys full credit like that, Chubbs.
It's not wing T. Okay.
You guys gonna be running a lot of 3 tight end sets. So to have, I think Lamar best year, his MVP year. Correct me if I'm wrong, but you guys did have Mark Andrews,
Nick Boyle, Hayden Hurst.
So 2 receiving tight ends and 1 tight end that can really block. So you guys probably gonna have to get back to that this year as well, due to the lack of receiving options, in my opinion. So why not have 2 big targets that are out there that can move across the field and be mismatches for linebackers? So I think that he really impressed me. Someone that also really impressed me. I like what Sky Moore did, even though it was a small sample size. I like what him and Patrick did when they're on the court, on the floor together, field together. So I think it'll be a good job. And then lastly, the person, because I have 3 people that disappointed me. Well, last person that really impressed me is my dark horse for MVP, Trey Lance. Came out there, had a beautiful first drive, scored it, capped it off with a tutty. You know what I'm saying? I can't ask for nothing better than a 92-yard, drive. 4 passes, 5 passes, 4 completions, 92 yards, and a tutty. I cannot complain about what he did there while also running the ball as well. It's going to be a factor on the ground and in the air. So super excited about that. Disappointments for me. So my biggest disappointment is the rise and fall of Kenny Golladay.
I like this. I like the
guy that was crazy when he was in was one of the must-have guys when he was a free agent, and now it's like, what? Who is this guy? Where is he? Where has it gone? There was a tweet that went viral. It was like, no release, just vibes. He just ran off the line for a pass. No release, no move, no nothing. If I was a quarterback, I probably wouldn't even threw that shit to him because I just don't know what the hell was going on in his mind. So that was a disappointment. I already named DeMarvin Leal as a disappointment. And then Also, not really a disappointment, but these two players really didn't do anything special. And it's obviously just the first game, so I really can't get too mad or say anything. But I just expected a little bit more flash, a little bit more pizzazz from Carson Wentz and Baker Mayfield. Being in new situations, like the way Mitch came and took the field, is what I expected him to do. You got to come out, show your resurgence, especially when you have other quarterbacks behind you. Coming out and getting a touchdown, even though they both got points on their first drive, getting a touchdown with an impressive drive to me is a lot better than just going down there and kicking field goals. Even though Carson, well, I could take it back. Carson did have, but that wasn't his first drive. That was the second drive where they scored a touchdown. But yeah,
Drew Lock was a disappointment for me.
He didn't even start.
I know that's
crazy.
my point. Well, Geno Smith we already talked about was taking first team reps last time we talked.
yeah.
So we knew he was getting the first team snaps.
But, I'm sorry. One more person for disappointment. Justin Fields. And it might not be his fault. It might just be the organization. But yeah, he had an average of like 0.25 yards per carry. Per pass. Because his first pass was like a big one, and then they also had like a huge loss. It was terrible. It was bad. He had like one big play, and every other play was just less than a yard completion. It was really bad out there. It may not be no fire his own, but Darnell Mooney is the fucking bucket. That's all I got.
And he won though.
He is a bucket,
bro.
But I feel like back to mine. But like I feel like Drew Lock should have done more with given that he's going against this third string guys.
I agree. That's why I gave the Marvin Lee out such a huge disappointment for me.
So y'all don't think nobody mentioned Jalen Hurts? I thought one of y'all was gonna mention Jalen Hurts.
Oh, I'm tripping, bro.
Yeah, he had the highest passer rating over the.
He was the best. He was the best player this weekend,
Mm-hmm.
easily, without a doubt. Thanks for bringing that up, Jalen Hurts. And I might have to reshuffle how I think I had the Eagles coming in second. I had the Commanders winning, Eagles second. I think I'm just gonna flop that right now. It might before the end of the season, right before the season starts. We're gonna give true rankings that cannot be changed.
That's fair.
Right before the season starts.
Yeah, I gotta go after week 4 preseason.
After week 4 preseason,
I definitely got to change mine because Zach Wilson went down with an injury.
Yeah, so. Yeah, you tried us, but I ain't say nothing. This man had the Jets finishing over us. It's crazy.
Yeah, that was crazy.
Jets didn't look bad, man.
That's absurd, bro.
That's crazy. But yeah, Jalen Hurts is easily the most impressive person this week. And I think even though it's preseason, I think we all can agree that Jalen Hurts should probably win House of Divided Sports Player of the Week for what he did this week.
If he had your soundboard, you should clap it up, man. Give him some
I don't know. Kenny Pickett let a game winning drive, and I'm not trying to give no.
One person did it versus the ones. One person did it versus threes.
Just saying.
I see what you're saying.
How about Mike Tomlin, though, bro? Not wanting to go on overtime.
That's pretty impressive.
Going for 2 every chance.
I'm not even
every time.
Give you guys credit, but
I was going for 2 every
game winning drive when you first ever live type of.
But now was that more Kenny or more of the receiver? Like I said,
he didn't have to throw it. He could have spiked the field goal and win the game.
Well, first of all, let's talk about that. They couldn't get the first down, and then we had to rely on the defense to get a forced fumble.
Mm-hmm.
And that's the only reason why that game was won. It's because the defense got a forced fumble. And then he got the ball, and they threw a normal out route, and the receiver made an amazing play.
Sounds like football. He put it in the right spot.
Sounds like football. That's crazy. So I don't think you guys gave who you're worried about or who disappointed you at all. While I get a drink.
Like I said, I mean, I kind of already said I'm worried about, Drew Lock. I don't think he's going to win that job. I liked more what I saw out of Geno Smith last night than Drew. That's against the Steelers defense. It's supposed to be top 5. I know that not everybody was playing for the Steelers, but they were still had a decent amount of guys out there. I'm worried about Drew. And I am worried about, it's not really a surprise, but Daniel Jones. I don't think they got anything there. I think it's time to, I think it's time to move on from him. And the offense just does not move. It doesn't really move. Like, thank God Saquon's back for him because Saquon's the only reason why that offense does well. when healthy Saquon, when he's out there, is the only reason why that offense does well for Daniel Jones.
Yeah, they might be like Wayne had alluded to like last episode, be trying to get Jimmy G in New York. You know what I'm saying? So they might that'd be a good pickup for them. If Jimmy G was to come to New York, play with Saquon. I think Tyrod Taylor is definitely a good game manager, but they're not going to win that division, bro, with Tyrod Taylor.
But they're not going to win shit with Daniel Jones.
That's true. That's very true. Very true.
Daniel Jones is
unless they get him some receivers, bro. Something's got.
What do you mean? Yeah. Hold on.
He has more than enough receivers.
He has a receiving core. He has Kenny no touchdown Galladay, Sterling Shepard.
What I'm saying is that
he has Darius Slayton. He has Kadarius Toney. He has Evan Ingram.
Tyrod Taylor's not going to get the job done with that group of receivers.
What to me is no reason you're not doing anything as a team as the New York Giants. So why not see if Danny Jones can do what he does? And if he sucks, that's in the best hope of you that he sucks. Because you got CJ Stroud and I'm blanking on the quarterback from Alabama. Bryce.
Young.
And you get one of those and you still have the weapons that you have. You're able to get a lot of these idiots to restructure their contracts to stay on the team and not get released. So, yeah. I still don't know why Sterling Shepard did that when he could easily get another job somewhere else. Maybe not for the right amount of money, but maybe he just likes New York.
And I'm not worried. I mean, I guess I'm worried for the Jets now that their starting quarterback is
Joe Flacco
out for a couple weeks.
They'll be all right.
But Joe Flacco is a Super Bowl winning quarterback, Super Bowl winning MVP quarterback. So he could surprise.
I don't really want to talk about this Bucky Brooks situation because Bucky Brooks still doesn't think Lamar Jackson is a good quarterback.
Real quick, I am worried about the Bengals being exactly what I said they were last year. I'm also obviously worried about the Patriots, but we're not gonna keep on top. Not gonna.
Wait, what are you worried about the Bengals with?
I mean, I know they played the Cardinals this past weekend, but they just look. I don't know, man. They had 3 fumbles, 3 turnovers. They lost by a good amount.
They look like they're cocky from the previous year, riding off the high.
I think, like I said last year, bro, they made a run last year, and although they look good on paper, got pretty much the same team. They just kind of seem too laid back, and they.
Where was this last week?
I mean, but Burrows and Jamar Chase.
Where was this last week?
They didn't play. They didn't play too much.
Interesting.
New information brings new results. I always tell you guys all the time.
Interesting.
So I don't know, man. It's again too soon to tell, but to not be the team that
defense is still suspect.
Yeah, they gave up 36 points.
That's still suspect. That's what I was trying to say.
Yeah. Well, I mean, at the same time, it's the Cardinals. Though.
They did improve on offense, though, but it clearly didn't look like it.
It's a preseason.
I know.
Week 1.
We're going to see week 1 against the Steelers anyway. That's what I really want to see.
Yeah, because it's we better.
If you come out and beat them, that's going to be crazy.
That's a great game. Prepare to be sick of me. I already told you. You talking about having mid-season form yesterday from our tweets.
You were. Man, bust out 4 preseason game tweets in like a matter of 30 seconds.
Had to, man. You know what I'm saying? Listen, I do that for that Twitter. They got communities, man. So, my Steeler Nation community. I do that for the squad.
You can filter it just that the community.
I can, but I need more Steeler Nation people to see it though. 2 people that are not in the community.
Man, Jake Browning fumbled 3 times, bro, and the other running back fumbled once. So they had 4 rushing fumbles, bro. That's nasty, bro.
Yeah. This next topic isn't on the list, but I do want to talk about it because I just forgot to put it on there. Kareem Hunt says he wants to be traded. What are our thoughts? What team do we think he should go to? What team is the best fit for him? What team should make that trade? So I want to start it off with Chubbs for this topic. Chubbs, what do you think?
Well, one, I don't think he's getting traded because they said to him like kick sand, like basically you're not going anywhere. They're not trading him this year, so he's going to be a free agent next year. That's one. That's my one thought. Second thought: the reason why they're not going to extend him or give him the money he seeks or anything close to that is because they have a guy in the backfield that's right behind him named Johnson. Right? Is it Johnson? I think it's Johnson. Dearness Johnson, who, when he went in last year, he balled and was very effective. And he does not cost them nearly as much as a Kareem Hunt would get cost. So I think that's one reason why they are not going to trade him, but they do need him this year, which is why why they're not going to sign him, but they're not going to trade him because they do need him this year.
Do we think he deserves the money he's asking for?
No,
because he hasn't had. When's the last time he had a 1,000-yard season? And I know he's a backup, but I don't think he deserves top money if he hasn't been producing even like to the point, like, even close to Nick Chubb. Because he wants Nick Chubb money. He wants top 10 money.
So the last time he was healthy, and because he wasn't really healthy last year, but in 2020 he was healthy. He had almost 200 carries, had 841 yards, 6 touchdowns, 38 receptions, 304 yards, and 5 tutties.
That's pretty good stats for a backup running back. But
I think honestly, ever since he had that incident, bro, his value has been kind of decreased.
I don't agree with that because he's had some pretty good seasons since joining.
I'm not saying what he's doing on the field. I'm saying what people.
No, he only been healthy for one season with the Cleveland Browns. The first year he missed like 10 games, came back for only 6.
First year he got into that was the suspension year.
And then the second year he balled out, and then the next year he got hurt.
I thought he's been with the team longer than 3.
Just based off of his history, I think his value is just like decreased as far as like what people are willing to give him, either from him being or injury issue or from the past incident that he got into. Those aren't terrible stats, but like you said, when you got a Nick Chubb, you're playing behind a Nick Chubb, like, bro, we're not gonna give you Nick Chubb money when he's clearly the better running back. Maybe he's a little bit more. I used to see. I kind of used to look at Kareem Hunt. I don't know why, as like an Alvin Kamara.
Then that wasn't wrong. It wasn't wrong.
Yeah, but I don't think he is that anymore. So, especially when it comes to like the Browns' play style, they have downhill runners. You know what I'm saying, and stretch runners now.
How old is Kareem?
I'm gonna get to that when it's my turn. He's 27 now.
Okay.
Yeah, so
he's getting in the late ages of his career. But
if he does go somewhere else, I could probably see him going to a team like the Panthers, maybe, and being another backup if Christian.
He doesn't. I don't think he wants to be a backup anymore.
That's what I'm saying. But Christian McCaffrey has that. Christian McCaffrey has that issue of staying healthy as well. They said if he get hurt one more time, he's done.
He should go back home. He should go back to KC if he can.
Nah, KC don't want him.
He would beat that. He would beat Clyde out for that starting position though, 100%. But realistically, if he gets traded, they wouldn't trade him to one of the top teams because he'd probably end up on like the Lions or the Texans or what's another team that 49ers would be great for him.
Listen, Kareem Hunt ruined his career by kicking that white woman. If Kareem Hunt didn't,
how you say it like that?
That's what happened. He kicked the white woman, kicked the woman, and when he was back home. I think people forget if Kareem Hunt doesn't do that, and he's on the Chiefs. We are talking about one of the greatest dynasties and offenses we've ever seen in NFL history. I think without a doubt, they don't lose to New England that first year and they beat the Eagles in the Super Bowl. And then they win again against the 49ers. They probably lose to the Bucs just because everybody was hurt. But that year that they lost to New England that first time, remember Kareem Hunt and them were balling, and then he got that whole situation happened, and then he had to leave the team in the middle of the season. So, in my opinion, Kareem Hunt healthy with his what he shows us when he's healthy, and as a running back one, as a top 5 running back in this league, with the ability to run, pass, and pass block. There's legit debates, not this year, but the year before when he was healthy on the Browns, is Nick Chubb actually the best running back on this team? There was legitimate debates about that. He's a backup getting 11 total touchdowns, over 1,200 yards total as a backup running back.
Well,
I do agree, Chubbs. KC should try to go and do what they can to get him back.
I just don't think they want him though.
Yeah,
They never wanted to let him go.
that was his fault.
They had to because of the situation.
Yeah,
because they had previous situations where a guy had domestic violence issues and they kept him on the team and they had pretty hard backlash. So then it happened again. They're like, damn, we can't keep this Kareem. So
I think him and Nick Chubb, like they're two completely different running backs, like completely different. Obviously Kareem Hunt's more like he's more dynamic as far as like being able to catch out the backfield and stuff. But I just think Nick Chubb is a downhill runner. Like he's
Kareem can run between the tackles now.
Yeah, but I'm not picking him on the goal line over Nick Chubb. You know what I'm saying? Or
You're crazy.
Over Nick Chubb.
I wouldn't say it over him, but Nick Chubb. I mean, Kareem Hunt can be a goal line running back. This is make that.
I'm just saying, in comparison to Nick Chubb,
Nick Chubb only weighed 10 more pounds than him. That's literally the only difference between the two. Is a 10 pound difference.
I mean, yeah, but that's in like
one's 220.
You think way strong? You think Nick Chubb isn't way stronger than Kareem Hunt?
Bro, Kareem Hunt be running through people, bro.
Oh man, I just think
I think you view Kareem as this finesse.
No, I view Kareem as like a Alvin Kamara, and he's just more dynamic.
A finesse
Nick Chubb,
guy,
bro. Yeah, but Nick Chubb, bro, that's like Marshawn Lynch to me, in my opinion. He's fast, he's strong. You know what I'm saying? He can run between the tackles. He can stretch the field as far as like running stretch plays and stuff like that. You can use him in the red zone.
I think Kareem Hunt can do everything Nick Chubb can, but catch a lot better.
Yeah, he has the edge when catching. As far as like running, I'll probably take Nick Chubb, but for him to have that many carries as a second string, I mean that's saying something. So let's see.
I think Chubb got hurt too. That's why he got a bunch of carries too. All right, that's good for Nick Chubb. We're taking some two. So Brady's taking 2 weeks off, and also recently the Miami Dolphins lost a draft pick due to tampering with Tom Brady. So give me your thoughts on Brady taking 2 weeks off and the Dolphins losing that as well.
I don't see a problem with Brady taking 2 weeks off. He already knows
the 2 weeks in preseason or 2 weeks?
It was this week. It's preseason. It's during the preseason. Apparently, this is backstory. Bowles already talked to Brady prior to Brady coming back, and they already talked about him being away for these 2 weeks, way before. It wasn't like a last second. Hey, I want to go away for 2 weeks. Apparently, they've had it scheduled the whole time. But I don't have anything wrong with that because Brady's not playing in the preseason anyway. He already showed up for about 2.5 weeks for mandatory mini camp and training camp to get his timing down with the receivers and really to throw the ball to Julio and try to develop some sort of connection with him since they just got him. I don't see a problem with it at all. He's the GOAT. He don't need to be there for preseason.
Yeah, I agree. Brady can take off. Literally, if they make it to the Super Bowl and Brady didn't play the whole season, he can come back and play in the Super Bowl.
Let's not get it twisted. It's not like he's probably not doing anything for these 2 weeks. He's going to be training.
I mean, just like I don't think he has to. Like it's Tom. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm not like that. I'm not trying to be like that cocky about him, but like, how much more can you teach Tom Brady? You know what I'm saying? Like obviously, like time and rhythm.
gonna be crazy when the Bucks don't get out of the first round and they blame it on this.
Well, you said blame it on what?
Blame it on
2
them.
weeks in the preseason.
2 weeks, but I don't have the Bucks. I don't have the Bucks getting out of the first round this year either. Just so everybody know.
If the Bucks don't get out the first round or even make the playoffs, it won't be because of Brady, bro. I guarantee that it's gonna be because of their defense.
Well, the Bucks just lost their starting center and their backup center for the whole year.
So that don't matter, bro.
That kind of matters
because I don't think they're gonna win the division.
Ryan Jensen and having a guy that is in the free agency right now is a pretty big difference because there's a reason why the guy's still in the free agency, whoever they get.
I don't have issue with Brady taking his time off. Issue to take and retire. It's tired of watching him play football. But I have no problem with that. As far as the draft pick situation, I have no problem with them, but I do think the league is full of shit because the Texans should be losing their draft pick too. And I'll continue beating this drum for the entire season for them doing everything they knew about the Sean Watson situation, and they are going scathe free. No, nothing is happening to them. They just got a bunch of draft picks. So now the Browns are not gonna be able to have the Sean Watson play. They're probably not gonna be as good as they can. So the Texans are still gonna suck. Gonna have a top 10 pick, and they're probably gonna have a top 10 pick again from the Browns.
Yeah,
this is the Browns. The Browns need to lose a draft pick.
They're rebuilding.
So, all right, Chubbs. I think you may put it down. Orlando Brown gets tagged and hopes to finish his career as a Chief. I mean, that's good news for Patrick Mahomes and the crew, I think. And let's see. I mean, he didn't impress me. He had better years in Baltimore, but he also wasn't playing left tackle. So maybe another year of left tackle under his belt, officially having under his belt, he will look a lot better.
Yeah, he don't deserve the top left tackle type money because he has only played that position for 1 year. Until he does it consistently, and then even last year, I pointed out times that he got beat and he looked really bad. So he needs to have a whole consistent year to really be all right, give me top left tackle money because he is far, far, far away from Trent Williams.
Yeah, but you compare him to somebody who's played left tackle so life.
Trent Williams is the greatest left tackle in the NFL.
Yeah, but look at left tackles go against the best defensive ends in history. So that's a lot of experience playing left tackle if you're Trent Williams versus someone who hasn't played that position.
So I think another year.
That's where Orlando wants that type money.
Yeah, he'll make that transition. I mean, hey man, if you're gonna put me at left tackle, give me some money so I can make the effort to be better. that's what I would say. That's what I would say because I'm going to get come on, bro. I'm going to get some of the top rushers of all time, bro. So motivate me a little bit. I don't know.
All right. Now we're gonna get into the basketball side right now. So, Brittany Griner gets, unfortunately, 9 years in prison. I just saw something that she might have the opportunity to coach basketball while in Russia. I don't know how true that is, but that's kind of wild.
Yeah, oh man, that's crazy.
But what are your thoughts on this Brittany Griner situation?
Well, all right, I'm gonna probably say something that might get a little flack. I get that she is a professional athlete. I get all that. And one little thing that somebody said, if this was LeBron, then LeBron would already be out of it. That little statement right there. First of all, LeBron wouldn't be stupid enough to bring an illegal substance across the country on an airplane. If it's illegal in that country, you should never have brought it in the first place. Second off, there are people currently in this country locked up for weed, doing 10 plus years. Regular human beings like me and y'all. What makes us different from her just because she can shoot a basketball?
They gonna kill Chubbs, boy.
They gonna murder him, bro.
I'm being real. But what's the difference? My thing is,
you
my
got
thing
a
is,
point. Like,
my thing
No,
is,
you're not saying nothing wrong, but it's just a sensitive situation.
but my thing is like, you were dumb enough to bring it across seas when it was illegal, and now that since you got caught up for it, it's like, I mean, I want her out regardless. She shouldn't be over in Russia. But the fact of the matter is, she broke the law over there, and over here in certain states, it's still illegal. It's not like it's in America. It's legal across the United States,
Facts.
and it's still illegal to bring it on planes in the United States.
yeah,
So
bro.
I mean, you broke the law.
You didn't say nothing that was wrong. However, there are multiple like issues with
Layers.
the story. Like first of all, like you said, who knows? Obviously if it was like someone like LeBron James, maybe a men's player, someone less of a caliber of LeBron James, they probably would have got it worked out to where, he came and did some consequences in America. However, it is Brittany Griner. And I think the issue with the whole thing is that it happened during a time in which we were button heads with Russia. You know what I'm saying? So the amount of oil, because it was CBD oil, which she was caught with, was less than a gram. And I don't think that that's a fair sentence to have to serve 9 years for something something small like that. Even though it was in a different country, they have different rules, whatever. They say the conviction rate over there in Russia is like 99% anyway. So she was going to be doing time regardless. But I think that they were trying to set it up to where we're going to have to make a deal with, a trade deal, you know what I'm saying, to get one of their people from over in USA to over there.
You're absolutely correct. That trade deal would have been her for a guy that is a known.
We shouldn't be doing a trade deal.
A known weapons dealer to the whole country.
Right. And I don't
black market type of thing.
Yeah, I honestly
He's
don't
called the
think
merchant of death. I don't think we should trade the merchant of death.
That's not a fair trade.
Brittany
However, though, I do think
I'm declining
I do think that it is kind of.
I'm sorry.
It's kind of backwards because we remember when LaMelo was it LiAngelo Ball, even though it was China. That's China. That's a different country. Even though whenever he got in trouble with stealing whatever across in a different country, we moved swiftly to get him back home.
That was Trump. Trump was bullying motherfuckers.
Yeah, but that's still U.S. Politics. It's still our government. You know what I'm saying? And that, who's to say that like Joe Biden couldn't have did some something like that, similar, something.
Yeah, but they want. Go ahead. Oh, I didn't mean to cut you off.
No, I was just gonna say but to like kind of do like nothing and see how it plays out. That's kind of like.
I doubt he's doing nothing.
Well, yeah, Joe Biden's not doing nothing. He's trying to figure out a way to get her home. But what they're asking for return, he can't do. Like, it will make people of color and people happy that Brittany Griner's coming back home. But the Republicans and people that care about like the way that our country is viewed, that he would never have a chance to with his presidency. All the senators and everybody would be mad at him. So
right, yeah, no, I completely understand what they're asking for is irrational. Like it's definitely irrational. But like when you said like she made that mistake and she was dumb enough to do it. I mean, I'm not. I hear you, but at the same time, bro, like Brittany Griner has had an impact in Russia. She played basketball for them. She has some kind of, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. The big thing people say is like, oh, it's more messed up that she had to go there to go play. And I do agree they're not making the adequate money in the WNBA. But if you want that to happen, then all these people saying this, I doubt half of them support the WNBA.
Right.
So we got to bring more winners to the WNBA, get their revenue up, get their sales up, get some things excited. They get offended when people.
But that's been the big issue for the WNBA for years now.
Yeah, they got to find a way to get the game more excited and have more people watch it. It is like watching women's basketball is really cool. We went to every goddamn women's basketball game when we was in college because it's fun.
The lights out
too. I went to my high school games.
So like high school, you gotta get more people that support it, people to buy more jerseys. Like more. The actually crazy thing is more men actually watch WNBA than women. I saw a statistic on that. So we just gotta get more people to watch the games and be more excited and be more fans of the game, so the women
Yeah,
don't have to do this.
I think it is the women, like the women who need to tune in more. You know what I'm saying? Like, because
Yeah.
like men just like sports. They like sports in general
Yeah,
more than the
so
average woman. So
saying I like
yeah,
I like them, yeah. Skylar Diggins, Lexi Brown. I like all of them, what I'm
Tia
saying?
Cooper. Yeah,
Yeah. Oh, she's not on the team right now, so
she a free agent.
yeah, she got released. But yeah,
Sparks
they
let her
need
go.
more,
That's crazy.
they need more people. Chini Ngakwe. Boy. Uh but yeah, I think we
They're
need to
like
get more
Gina
people
Charles,
supporting
bro.
that. Need more people. Need more people to support WNBA, buy the jerseys, show support for them. That way they don't have to do all these things. It's like they're getting compared to like the men of the 70s when they were saying they're playing plumbers and like there's no reason why WNBA players have to get second jobs in order
And
to make
like
things
honestly,
work. So.
to be real, bro, the fact that Brittany Griner is locked up in Russia, they're probably going to even. Do you well, actually? That's my question. Do you think that now that that's happened, that the WNBA will have more attention? Because I know Brittany Griner was like the face. Because
Dude.
Diana Taurasi, Sue Bird, she's retiring, so she's like Brittany Griner's was kind of becoming the face of the WNBA because of the impact she has.
Yeah, she was a big player there. Her Liz be wilding now.
Yeah. But
Candace
she's relevant for other
Parker.
reasons. Yeah, Candace
Yeah.
Parker. She was getting up there
Bro,
with them. Breonna Taylor.
but this isn't going to switch the trajectory of their viewership once she gets home. It's gonna.
It should be a huge reason.
It
But I
won't.
agree, it won't.
It won't.
And maybe we got to be the people to turn the tide on that. This podcast, start talking about WNBA.
All right, man.
You know what I'm
I'm with
saying?
it.
I'm down for it, man.
I'm with all things relevant. That's all.
Yeah. So I hope everything. Prays for everybody involved in this Brittany Griner situation.
Like,
And I
nah.
hope Chris saying fuck that. I
He's
see
like, nah. He sat back. He's like, I don't know about that one.
He said, I'm gonna get on 2K. But nah, prayers for everyone in this situation and involved. I hope Brittany finds a way to get home. But it's just an unfortunate situation. So
for less than a gram, bro. That's
it's crazy. But just to bring is people in America serving the same thing.
Sure.
I think it's kind of the audacity of us Americans sometimes to think we could go to other countries and just do whatever we want, and sometimes it just doesn't pan out. So
And that brings me to a good little thing, a comment I'm going to tell everybody viewing this. Once you go over to another country, before you go over, go on YouTube and watch a video called "Locked Up Abroad." You'll think twice about doing some dumb shit over in another country. Promise
bro.
you.
In China and Korea, bro, they cut your hand off if you steal.
Dude, someone stole a poster in Korea and in North Korea, and they put him in a camp, and it was a hard time getting him back. The guy ended up dying.
Surprisingly,
there's a lot of people that have been abroad that regular citizens get drunk, do some dumb shit, and now they're in prison for years and time. So you gotta be smart when you go to different countries. Understand what their rules and the regulations, and figure out what you can do and can't do. So definitely, let's get to NBA.
I gotta get my computer charger. It's dying.
All right, Kevin Durant says it's me or it's them. So Kevin Durant met with Joe Tsai, the governor of the New York Nets, the Brooklyn Nets, and said it's either between him or Nash and Sean Marks. It seems as so as Joe Tsai has stated that it's on him. He's sticking with the coaches and the GM, and it's been supposed. A lot of people say Kevin Durant loves basketball. He won't sit out of camp, but there's some rumors speculating that he may possibly sit out of camp if they don't trade him. So, or get rid of Nash and Sean Marks. So, what are our thoughts on this entire situation? What do we think? Smooth. Start with you.
So you said he said if he so he's currently still with the Nets right now.
Yeah, he told them that he will stay if they get he won't request a trade anymore and deny it and resend his trade request if they fire Steve Nash and Sean Marks.
So if they don't do that, is he considering not playing
Yeah, he
like
considering
not
not
playing
playing.
even if he's still on the roster? Like, is he just
Yeah,
gonna sit out at the beginning of the season?
yeah.
Okay. I think that the Brooklyn Nets are in a pickle because I mean, I say let him go. I say let him go. If he wants out, let him go because you're not gonna give up Steve Nash, and I doubt that they give up Steve Nash and their GM. They already got Kyrie. Kyrie already committed to playing for the next year. They still got Ben Simmons. So they have a decent team to be in a conversation to at least make the playoffs. At least make the playoffs. If you, Dwayne, and I'm not trying to keep on going back down this road, if you're telling me that you can make the playoffs with a Sadiq Bey, a Ben Simmons, a Miles Turner, then there's no reason
Conference
why you can't.
finals.
Yeah. So if you can make a conference finals with Ben Simmons being your best player, you can definitely make the playoffs at least with your next best player being Kyrie Irving, and pretty much the same team as last year. But if you get rid of Kevin Durant, you're definitely gonna get some value for him to replace him in some aspect. So keeping him there will just make him unhappy. He won't play anyway. So you're not gonna be willing to get rid of that. Like I guess I want to say like the coaches, like the coaching and the GM, just to make one player, just to satisfy one player. As we've seen in the past, like Kyrie and KD have had issues. Obviously, when they're playing. They're two very good players with addition of Ben Simmons. But if KD doesn't want to be there with that coach, then you're not going to substitute his satisfaction for I would say a Steve Nash, because Steve Nash isn't a. I wouldn't say he's a terrible coach. Should he have won?
Made some terrible decisions.
Yeah, he just made some terrible decisions. And like I said, if he had Kyrie playing last year, who knows what they would have done? You know what I'm saying? As far as not having to be the eighth seed in the playoffs and take on the Boston Celtics, who were a good team, first round. So I give KD what he wants. I let him pick whatever team, not whatever team, but I try to see what I can get for KD as far as trading him to a team I'll get something back for. So I say let him go. Keep the coaches, keep your team, get rid of KD.
Chubbs.
I agree with what DL said, but it's funny that he came out and said that about Steve Nash, because I made it a comment when we talked about this whole thing when it first happened that maybe he does not like his head coach. Maybe that's
And
one
he
of the
picked
reasons
him.
why. And that's what you said. So came to light that he does not like his head coach.
Mm-hmm.
But I agree. I don't see him staying with the Nets. You need to trade him, but I don't know what you get in that. I see a lot of people saying, "Hey, trade Russ Westbrook and AD for Kyrie and KD," and I don't think that makes the Lakers any much better. I mean, maybe a little bit better, but not that much. I don't think that's a good trade at the end of the day for the Nets. But I don't know. I think you need to get rid of him, especially if he hasn't communicated with you all off season, damn near. Why would you want to put a player through a miserable situation? You're not going to get the most out of that player if he's miserable. That's in any level of sports. If a player or kid or professional is miserable in a situation, he's not going to be very successful. That's just a fact. And if he's playing with the Nets and he's miserable and he's playing with the Nets next year, they're not going to do anything special. Going to be 8th seed again, if anything.
No. If
They'll
the
make
net
playoffs, but they won't win.
That team is a really good team with Kevin Durant to get off his ass and just play. Kevin Durant,
100%.
Kyrie Irving, Ben Simmons. You have Seth Curry, Joe Harris is coming back. You just picked up Royce O'Neal, who's a really good 3-and-D defender. You got TJ Warren as well. The only thing they're really truly missing is a center. Kevin Durant has the audacity to tell them it's him or the GM and coach when he picked the coach and he made the GM get rid of, first of all, Kenny Atkinson, who was a great coach, who built a great culture, which is one of the reasons why Kyrie and Kevin Durant wanted to come to the Nets. They got rid of Jared Allen so DeAndre Jordan could coach and play. Jared Allen is now an all-star. Kevin Durant has officially ruined the Nets. He ruined the Nets, but they still got a future because he still got Ben Simmons, right? So if I'm the Nets, I wouldn't trade him to Boston just because I have to compete with you. Wouldn't trade him to Miami because I would have to compete with you too.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't think Ben Simmons and no, can they no longer trade for DeAndre Ayton now?
No,
he
Aiton's
just
already signed.
Yeah, he just signed.
Oh, damn. I was gonna say they traded. They should have they were being greedy. What they should have said is we'll give you KD, but you have to give us Mikal Bridges, DeAndre Ayton, and Cam Johnson and 3 picks.
I mean, I feel like they can still trade for Deontay, but he just did sign all that fucking money.
Yeah, but I honestly would trade him to Portland. Give me Jeremy Grant, give me Anthony Simons, and a couple picks. I'll give you Seth Curry, and I'll give you
KD. I don't like that.
With some picks. I like that for the Nets. I don't like that for Blazers, but hey, Blazers may be desperate and to get Kevin Durant and pair him with Damian Lillard.
I don't know, man. I like that. I actually do like that.
They probably want to keep Anthony Simons or Jeremy Grant. So they probably do Jeremy Grant, Josh Hart, and some picks. Or you can give me. I'll take Jeremy Grant and Nurkic, and a couple picks, even though that's not the right value
for Kevin Durant.
All right, so Josh Hart, Jeremy Grant, Nurkic, Yusuf Nurkic, and like 4 picks.
Yeah.
The value is down now. I'm sorry. KD is slowly ruining his value. So before he goes ahead and do that, you have to get rid of him sooner.
If it's not Portland, then I would like to see, honestly, bro, I would like to see KD in Philadelphia, bro.
Tyrese Maxey, Tobias Harris,
and Matisse Thybulle or somebody or a couple picks. Like that'll be. I think that'll be.
It would literally be the 76ers just without Joel Embiid. At that point, I'd rather trade him to Boston and get Jaylen Brown at least. Jaylen Brown, Kyrie Irving, Ben Simmons, Royce O'Neal.
Nah, man. See, I think.
In all honesty, they should be trying to get him to Toronto, but Toronto's not giving up Pascal. So
Ben Simmons and Kyrie Irving are enough to build your team around, bro. You don't need another star with them, bro. You really don't.
Like if Ben Simmons is not gonna shoot, then you're gonna need somebody else.
But that's why I say you can get a Tyrese Maxey, you get a Tobias Harris who can.
That's a good team, though.
They still got.
You got to give me Paul Reed though, because we need a center.
Paul Millsap, bro.
No, I need Paul Reed. I don't need no Paul Millsap. No, I like those. I like that. Yeah, I think KD is this messing up his legacy.
Yeah. His next team has to be his best team, bro. After this is his last move, bro. It's his last chance to put a stamp on his legacy. Because he already built his legacy, but like to put a stamp on it, he needs to do something within his next year, bro. Something other than make the playoffs. So, yeah.
All right. Let's get to the next topic. Top 5 ball handlers of all time. I'm guessing DL put this topic on.
Yeah, I did. This was like 2 weeks ago, so I forgot who did. Yeah, but I definitely did. Bro.
So I need to hear who are the top 5 ball handlers of all time. Let's see if we agree.
No order.
Also,
I mean, I'll go. I have no order. And one of these might surprise y'all. Actually, I do have an order, but only number 5. Because I know if I don't put him in here, y'all gonna be like, what? And number 5 is Isaiah Thomas, Pistons Isaiah Thomas. He's number 5.
Okay.
And from here, I have to put Kyrie up there. Definitely AI I have to put up there. Jason Williams, bro. He's definitely in my top 5 for ball handling. And my last one would either be Steph Curry or Magic Johnson. But I'm going to have to give Magic. No, I'm going to have to give Curry that.
You named 6 people?
I said it either been Magic. So Curry and Johnson would be my 5 and 6. But if I had to pick one, it'd probably be Steph Curry. So I got AI, Jason Williams, Isaiah Thomas, Kyrie Irving, and Steph Curry.
All right, Chubbs.
Mine's a little different. No order. No order. Kyrie is in my top 5 ball handlers of all time. I got AI. I gotta have Steph Curry in there, but now it gets tricky for me. I'm gonna have CP3 in that top 5, and then the number 5 is gonna be a little dark horse, but he is a top 10 ball handler of all time in the NBA. Jamal Crawford.
I don't know if I like that one.
I didn't hear anything you said. Can you repeat that for me? I apologize.
I said Kyrie is in my top 5. Kyrie, AI, no order. CP3. Who else did I say? Steph Curry. And I said my 5th is kind of like a dark horse, but he's in the top 10 for ball handlers. Jamal Crawford.
Jamal Crawford was in my top 5 as well. So.
Ew.
Bro, his nickname is Crossover. Come on.
Yeah, I know. What he on about when he said goddamn Magic Johnson.
Yeah, you said Magic Johnson.
No. I said he would make my top 6. He would make my top 6.
Magic Maravich got better handles than Magic Johnson.
Magic Johnson is probably one of the best passes of all time.
Steve Nash
passers, not ball handlers.
That's little handling the ball. What are you talking about?
Then you might as well put LeBron in it, bro.
Rick Fear Austin's a better ball handler than Magic Johnson.
That's what I said. All right, so if we
I definitely about to name Rayford Austin in that.
He's in, yeah. What was his?
What are you talking about? And one players?
Yeah, bro.
He came in playing the league. What did he have this?
That's why I put. Jason Williams was an and one player. Was he? No, I'm thinking about a professor.
No, you're talking. Jason Williams was good. Yeah, he had ball handling, but he was mainly known for his flashy passing, bro.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's dealing with ball handling, bro. Like,
all right, if that's the criteria, LeBron had to be in there, then, bro.
A handle until a pass, bro. Like, come on, bro. He's elbow pass, bro, on fast breaks. Like, that's crazy.
All right, ball handlers, one of the best ball handlers of all time. James Harden.
He was up there for me.
Jamal Crawford.
James Harden.
Isaiah Thomas. He literally does ISO all game, and he was crossing.
He does the same too. He does the same move, bro.
All right.
In and out, drive.
So I got
tween, drive. Like legit.
I got Jamal Crawford, Isaiah Thomas, Steph Curry, Kyrie Irving, and Allen Iverson. With James Harden in there as an honorable mention.
We got pretty similar lists, I think.
Yeah. Anybody you think we're missing?
Magic Johnson.
He's a top 10 all time. They have a top 10 all time.
Who they got on there? Give me who is this?
Oh, you want to see? I actually just had it.
Bro, because my top 10 list I just looked at, Matt Johnson was not on that list.
Tim Hardaway is a good one.
He was up there.
Bro.
Tim Hardaway is a really good one. They got Steve Nash up there.
They got Rayford Austin, Isaiah Thomas, Tim Hardaway, Jamal Crawford, Steve Nash. I was looking at a different one. Pete Maravich. Yeah, I'm up there. Steph Curry.
Yeah, he was one of them.
CP3, Allen Iverson, then Kyrie Irving. That's number 1. But another one had Magic Johnson up there, and another one had Jason Williams up there. So they're probably top 15. Like,
I see one where they got Derrick Rose up there. That's crazy. And they got Kemba.
Derrick Rose too. Kemba too, bro. Y'all sleep.
Kemba
invented the step back.
Tim Hardaway is definitely one of them because they got Timmy. Yeah, Tim Hardaway might be. I had to put Tim Hardaway over there.
That man,
I'm about to put Tim Hardaway over. I put Tim Hardaway over Isaiah Thomas.
You seen that clip on Twitter of them showing Isaiah Thomas dribbling with all four of his fingers individually while he was laying on the ground dribbling? It was like 8-year-old. Let's see 8-year-olds who do that nowadays. Show this old ass clip.
I'm dead.
Be a good promo, PT. Okay, let's go. Come on.
One last topic because I don't think we have any House of Item matchups this week. So I want to talk about why is Colin Sexton being disrespected. They won't give him an extending offer, so he'll be unrestricted free agent after this season. It looks like many teams on one, even though Miami does have a strong interest in him. Why do you guys think Colin Sexton is being disrespected?
I think he's getting overshadowed by Darius Garland. That's why.
Yep, they don't need him.
That's what I think. They're basically 2 point guards playing at the same time.
Karis LeVert over.
Well, because Sexton to me is a point guard playing shooting guard.
He's more of a shooting guard though.
But he
doesn't pass the ball like that.
A point though, because he'll need to. Darius Garland's your point guard. That's really what it is. I think Darius Garland is overshadowing him. He's like playing better than him.
Before last year, he was not playing better than him.
Before last year, they were playing well together.
Darius Garland is what, second year in the league?
Second, and I think Colin Sexton's 3. Colin's a year older than him.
They came in the same year.
I thought no.
Hold on, let me check.
I think Darius Garland.
Both
this is
first
second
round draft picks. They didn't get.
Yeah. First and then yeah. So Darius Garland came in the year after.
Okay.
Literally before
Sexton
was showing progression every year until he got hurt last year.
Yeah.
He went from 16 points a game to 20.8 to 24.3. I give them that he doesn't get a lot of assists, but the year that he balled 24.3 was on 47% field goal, 37% from the field, 3 rebounds, 4.4 assists, and a steal a game.
They probably think Karis LeVert fits the scheme or whatever they're
Did they not watch the playing game, or am I tripping?
I hear you.
Yeah. I don't know. I think I agree with you because I think Karis LeVert is just a bigger body and like
that's the only reason
they start 3 7-footers. That's they don't
need. They just need. You start 3 7-footers. Might as well have 2 6'1" guys out there. One that can get you a bucket anytime you need it, and the other that can run the point.
I agree.
But I just don't like guys being distracted. If he ends up at Miami, I won't become mad.
I mean, he'll definitely go to another team and start. So I mean,
Sexton is going to have like the Malcolm Brogdon type of career. He's going to be a solid point guard his whole career, no matter where he goes. So
yeah, they haven't given him the opportunity to be that guy yet, and when they do, he's definitely going.
Yeah, like we forget he gave Kyrie, James Harden, and Kevin Durant all healthy 50 and double OT and cook them, bro. I might have to do a reaction to that game. That game was lit. I might watch that shit live and just react to it because that was a crazy game. But yeah, that's all.
So you think he's gonna go to Miami though?
Potentially, we like him. I know we always liked him. He got that dog in him. I know Pat Riley always liked him.
He definitely got a dog in him. He's scrappy. He's like a Pat Bev on defense. He's scrappy.
Scrappy, he got hella energy. I think he'll fit good on our team, especially. I didn't realize that he was that good of a 3-point shooter. I thought he didn't shoot the 3 that good. Well, let me see how many 3s he was attempting though. That'll change my mind. Yeah, so the year that he shot, his career, he shoots 37% and attempts 4 3s a game. So I'm fine with that.
Yeah, it's not bad.
Maybe that upticks to 5 or 6, and he can hit 2 to 3 threes a game. That'll be nice. So I'm not mad at that. Before we go, I want you guys to name 3 players that you are rooting for this season that are not on your team.
Damn.
This is football wise.
Oh, I'm about to say
3 players I'm rooting for that are not on my team. I gotta think about that right now. Come back to me.
I want to start off by saying
Oh.
Baker. I'm very, very high on Baker. I didn't get to watch the whole Panthers game. Apparently, he didn't do great, but he didn't do bad either. But I do want the narratives to change in his favor as far as what he can do, what he's capable of. He wasn't even when he played with the Browns, he wasn't terrible. And he finally got out of that situation, got him into a situation where he wanted to be, in which he wanted to be in. So now it's just his opportunity to live up to, the expectation, and I think he'll do that. So I'm really rooting for him this season. He's on a perfect team to do it with. Another player I want to see win. Will have to be Terry. I want him to keep on progressing, keep on doing well. Terry McLaurin for the Commanders. I know the Commanders aren't a favorite, like from year to year. The last time they actually made the playoffs was 2013 when they had RG3 but ever since then they've been getting somewhat better. Terry McLaurin is a big part of the offense. He has Daniel Gibson at running back. So he has like the players to surround him to support him. But he's been, progressing every single year. So I want him to keep on doing well, especially given what he's got, what he's had in the past. Taylor Heineke, not great. Now he finally got Carson Wentz, unnamed quarterback. So hopefully he can continue to, play better. I hope he makes the Pro Bowl this year, if not anything else. And the last player I want to see do well would be I'll pick a defensive guy, and I'm going to say you said not for my team. I was going to say Malcolm Butler, but you said not for my team. So maybe Sauce Gardner for the Jets. I want to see him be able to come in and live up to the hype. Maybe guard the best receiver, Shadow. Just be a big part of that Jets defense. So those two players, Baker, Terry, and Ahmad.
I want to see. I want to see Trey Lance have a good year. Not an MVP season, but I do want to see him have a good year. I always like the younger guys doing big things. That goes to my second one. Same draft class. I know he got hurt, but I still, when he comes back, I want to see Zach Wilson have a good year. I'm a big Zach Wilson fan. Some people think I'm delusional with that, but I think he's got a lot of potential to be great. He shows Patrick Mahomes-esque type things at times. At times. And then my last one, guess it's gonna be a cop out, but I want to see the Triple Crown receiver have a repeat and make him definitively the number one receiver with no issues and no debate coming forward. Cooper Kupp. I want to see him have a big year again.
Oh my God. I want to see fail.
That's crazy. Let me go. My guys, I want to see Justin Jefferson prove that he's the number one receiver in the NFL this year. I think he's been in the top 3 for the past 2 years. So now I think it's time for him to take that leap to become the top of the top. I think he has a huge opportunity to do that this year, especially if Dalvin Cook's healthy. So he's not going to be seen as much as he was previously. I don't want to name Carson Wentz to Trey Lance because we already did that over and over again. I want to see Trevor Lawrence have a bounce back year. I think a lot of people disrespected him last year and really forget that Urban Meyer sabotaged this entire team. Yeah, some people thought Zach Wilson's better than him. So no,
I absolutely do.
Trevor Lawrence was the greatest QB talent we've seen entering the draft in NFL history. So I think it'll be good to see that. And then defensively, Nakobe Dean. I want all the NFL GMs to realize they made a huge mistake by not picking him when he clearly was probably one of the best defensive players in this draft. So I think they made a huge mistake, and I just want him to prove to them this year how much of a mistake they all made. So
I'm glad you mentioned Eagles because I forgot to say Jordan Davis was another one I forgot. I was going to say Jordan Davis as well from that team.
So yeah, those are my guys, man. Before we get out of here, anything you guys, any final thoughts, things you guys want to say? Football's coming up. I think we should all do like a mock fantasy draft uh, before the season starts. Just like a little mock between us three picking, and let the viewers decide which one of us has the best lineup. We'll do like a snake draft. Do it that way. Um, and then also we are going to do a top 100 list before the season starts as well. We just got to break it down. I just think at this point, I think we're going to do it. Start our next episode, do 100 through 71, I think, or 69 or 70, whatever we'll do. So we'll have to break that down. We'll meet later this week. And then, you guys let us know how trash our top 100 is because no one's going to agree with all of it. So I know it's going to get a lot of backlash. We're going to get some things, some graphics made for that. So it should be good. Anything else I want to say to the people before we get up out of here?
Nah, I don't.
All right, man.
Hey, comment if you got some free streaming websites where I can get all of the NFL games besides NFL Sunday Ticket. Please drop some links under here besides Restream. I mean, not Restream.
I got an app for you.
This is for the viewers, man. I had NFL Plus, but you can't app share on the screen from your phone to the screen. So that's
yeah, I know it does suck. But I'm literally gonna be watching all the games from my computer screens this year.
We got Hulu. I got Hulu Plus, which has live sports. But other than what is it? Stream East. I know I'm trying to spill on all the tea. I have Stream East, but that be skipping sometimes. You said what?
It's an app called Dofu Sports. I watched the Steelers preseason game on it. No, I watched it last night. Steelers on YouTube.
All right, I'm gonna look into that. And if you got any more, drop some comments below. And help a man's out, bro. I ain't trying to pay for too much. But
yeah, I
appreciated it.
I got an NFL Plus. I got the PFF. So if you guys need some advanced stats,
listening instead of watching. Be listening to the games.
No, I'm watching. Get advanced stats. Get to watch film. I get the all 22. It's kind of nice though.
Yeah. Well, I get I get every college game on Hulu, but as far as NFL, bro, yeah,
I do want us to start talking college footballs too. But I'm not really. I ain't paying attention that much this year. So, like in this off season and who went where. I just know USC is supposed to be nice, but I think they're going to disappoint. But all right, man. Until next time, man. Y'all know where to find us at House Divided Sports on YouTube and TikTok, FT Entertainment on Instagram and Facebook. Until next time, man. My name is Wayne, and we're gonna see you guys. We're gonna get up out of here in 3, 2, 1.